Hello, people of Earth. It's your pal, the Orbital Outcast, Rad Gnarly, coming your way with another low-key broadcast. Today we are starting down the road to WrestleMania and merging into the Fastlane as we play WWE 2K22. But first I'd like to say hello to everyone in chat or checking us out on VOD. No matter who, what, where, why, when, or how you happen to be in this great big old world of ours, we're happy to have you with us, and we hope today finds you well. Yeah, try not a noodle thing to be more... I mean, I actually do mean it to be inclusive of everyone in any state of being, regardless of how their carbon-based life form happens to be composed, or what they happen to be thinking or feeling at the time. So, trying to include all 5 W's in the H there. Anywho, for a special little treat, enjoy me finishing my breakfast that I didn't get a chance to do before the stream started. So, overnight oats. It's like making my own instant oatmeal that I just heat up the next morning. Okay. Let's get to the offices of the GWA. We have 2 shows to book and perform for y'all. And let's take a look at our rivalries before we do anything else. Okay, so we were unable to book Naomi versus Raquel on the pay-per-view that we just ran. I have like a pocket of oatmeal in my cheek like Chaw right now. That's hilarious. Okay. Because Naomi was vetoed through nefarious means. I mean, they just played a card, much like we played against them this whole time. But this also now marks 2 pay-per-views in a row where I haven't been able to have Naomi defend the championship in the main event of the pay-per-view. So we have a level 4 rivalry that we now have to keep going to week 45 for our next opportunity to break this thing up. So I have to figure out a way to keep them both relevant on the show and not sour the fans on the rivalry until we get to Fastlane. So we have the first 2 weeks of attempting to do that will happen this week, and then hopefully we can get that resolved in our booking next week when we actually run the Fastlane pay-per-view. And the other rivalry that we have coming out of the pay-per-view that we just ran, which I believe was TLC, is China Dakota Kai at a level 2. Plus, I believe I also have a commissioner's request. Hang on one sec. Whoop. Let's check that out. Let's see if this is indeed accurate. I have to turn my controller back on. Wow. Yeah, ensure that Dakota Kai fights this week. No problem. I've also promised that Mia Yim will be switching to babyface, I believe, within 3 weeks, which I think I've already penciled in for us to take care of this week. So give me 1 second to projectate myself in front of myself. Full screen projector. There we go. There's me. And then I immediately have to tab away from it regardless. To scroll all the way down to my match listings. So way down to week 41. Ah, yes. Okay, so I've already worked this out. Mia Yim wants to turn face by week 43, and it's week 41. So we have 3 weeks to work that out. We're going to do it next week. So the second show that we're going to be broadcasting today, that's where we're going to run the Mia Yim face turn. Before we do that, the other turn that we're going to do so that we keep the roster even on each side, babyface, heel, also in terms of like type of athlete we have on side, like I think it's a fighter-fighter swap. We are also swapping Asuka to heel. We're going to do that first. Where's Asuka? There you are. Our popularity's terrible. It hasn't been on TV in ages. Okay. Boom. Asuka goes heel. That's our first move. First and only so far. So I have Dakota Kai and China in a rivalry. They need to do something this week. I can do a self-promo for Naomi so that she stays... Ooh, she used to be 100 popularity. It comes and goes in waves, let me tell you. So that'll help her stay on TV, but not worry about being in the spotlight, so to speak, at the moment. I also have to put Raquel Gonzalez on here somewhere. I'm still going to do the 5,000 charity promo with our new spokesperson. Where are you? Stone Cold Steve Austin. There you go, Steve. Thanks so much, buddy. So, promos booked. Let me go pencil those in. Returning Asuka heel to start the show, promo-wise. We're running a charity promo with Stone Cold, our new spokesperson. And then we have a self-promo for Naomi to keep her on TV and in the hearts and minds of the fans. I don't know. Let me check my roster here about the stamina of some of these ladies. Yeah, Raquel's way down. Well, she's at a 60. That's not terrible. I might end up putting her in a tag match. Because she has a lot of tag team partners that she's actually pretty good with. So if I just keep her on TV and then like put Naomi in a match next week and then give Raquel Gonzalez a promo next week and then put them against each other in a tag match on week 3 maybe. I don't know. I'm trying to keep them somewhat related to each other, but not quite, not enough that, like, not far enough apart that the audience forgets that they're in a feud or like wonders what happened or it cools off. Like if it drops back down to a 3 or whatever. I mean, I got weeks to build it back up to a 4 if that happens. Or I don't want, the one thing I don't want is for the fans to be like, I'm tired of seeing this and we haven't had the resolution yet because I was unable to do it based on, you know, sabotage. So I don't feel terrible about potentially putting... He's literally just here to do that. But what if I did... What if I put Raquel in that instead? Promo skill 2, I don't believe you. Now we'll leave Steve in there just because he's a 5 out of 5. Did that on purpose. Let's back it up. Yeah, none of those changes saved. So, okay, one-on-one, we need China Dakota. Let's get that a percolating. Where you at, China? China. Dakota. Bruiser Fighter, Commissioner Gold, Met. So that has a level 2 rivalry going for it, so I don't really need anything else at the moment. What else can we be doing? Let me tab over and check out some of our tag teams here. Who's saying howdy? Oh, it's not updating over here. Hang on. Stone Cold and China against each other? Unfortunately, sir, the WWE games do not allow for intergender matches, so that cannot happen. Why isn't my Twitch app updating my chat? I had to tab over to my, like... Come on, man. Cage match, China would destroy him. Okay, there's a couple problems there. Can't do men versus women. I can't do intergender matches, unfortunately. Can't do cage matches in GM mode either. Like Hell in a Cell, yeah. Mid 1999 China, who like I think was runner-up at a Royal Rumble, and Stone Cold, probably neck and neck. Probably a pretty close fight in the height of the Attitude Era. I'm not gonna lie. No, here I'll show you because we're gonna have to turn this into a gimmick match at some point. So here, check out these match types that they have on offer. Normal, just a regular old match. Tables match, so you have to put somebody through a table. Extreme Rules match, which is basically there's weapons, including tables. So like do whatever you want to somebody, but you still have to win by pinfall or submission. Or TLC, which is a tables, ladders, and chairs match, which is essentially the same sort of weapons that you get from an Extreme Rules match, minus a couple. But this one is you have to climb the ladder and grab a something. So essentially a ladder match. And then Hell in a Cell. So instead of just a regular cage match, you get the cell that's around the ring, not like attached to the ring. And they spend most of these matches fighting on top of the roof of the thing. That's all. We're probably going to go tables, because it's our standard. We need a gimmick match. It's the lowest gimmick match we can do. That should help the rivalry. That should help lots of things. We did our Commissioner goal because of it. Okay, so we're at least going to have a tables feud here. I was tabbing over to check out some of these tag teams. Tag teams back again. Let me take a look at... Well, who are our champions to start with? The Super Flyers won the belts back. So the Scream Queens just came off of a feud there. Who can I pair up? Like, I can just... For a... as a popular team, they've already been proven to work well together. I can, for example... Ooh, 40 stamina. I was going to put Charlotte and Becky together. Look at my high draft picks. Sammy George. Okay, does Sammy work well with anybody? I used to have it written down that she did, but I can't remember because I fired her ass. Okay, but she's back with us now, and she's a really good tag team partner of, I think, Shayna Baszler. How's Shayna Baszler doing? How are you doing? Where are you? There you are. Oh, she's way up there in popularity, too. Nice. Oh no, Shayna Baszler's so hurt. Never mind. Crap. I have to remember that like some of these people are coming off of the pay-per-view where we had a terrible, I mean, it's always costly doing this stuff. Stamina-wise, that is. I don't really mind the... I have enough money, as you can tell. I think that's pointing in the right direction. I have enough money as... Wait. I can tab over and see. Yeah, I have enough money, as you might be able to see right there in the corner, that, like, week to week, I don't really have to worry about the budget of the show. But now it's all about managing stamina. Okay, so... I still need to get Sammy George on here. Sammy George. Welcome. Welcome to the show. We're just going to put you in a match with somebody. Who's really popular that you can fight? That has decent stamina. Basically, my two new signees are fine, and then it just goes it just plummets from there. Okay. Not terrible. A lot of heels with more stamina than baby faces. There we go. Specialist, Tony Storm, Sammy George, just in a match. So I'm gonna already move this. So this has a level 2 feud and the fact that it's a table match going for it. This one is just a match for the moment. So it should be a lower star rating than the opener, so that we want that. We want the opener to be a higher rated match than this, and we want the main event to be a higher rated match than the second mid-card. So your mid-card is kind of like where the entertainment value of your show dips, and then you pick it back up for the main event. So it also doesn't matter if the opener or main event are better than each other, you know what I mean? Like, they might complain a little bit if, like, you get a 5-star opener and then a 4-star main event to be like, why didn't you put the other one last? But I don't know. To me, that's like, you just started hot and the main event was okay. Like, you know. Anyway, so that's okay. So this is a rivalry. There's nothing going on here. They're two specialists. They're just going to have an okay match against each other for the moment. I might do a run-in on one of them to try to start something. Naomi is already in a rivalry, but we have to keep her relevant. So we're just having a self-promo. This will play into future plans because Asuka's going heel. Who did I choose to... I mean, I have somebody in mind to feud with Asuka, but I can't remember who at the moment. Hopefully it'll come to me later. We might try it. I'm going to try a tag match here. I haven't booked... here we go. I haven't booked Natalia and Indy in a little bit. Please welcome back the Hartwell Foundation. Great stamina, low popularity. That's exactly the sort of team we're looking for. So that we can put them against a couple of baby faces. Here's Xia Li, not really doing much. 36 stamina, though. Let's just go solely by who can work. Who should come in here? Mickie James and... Liv Morgan? Doesn't... Well, yeah, they're also specialists, are the two ladies we're fighting here. So I'll do Mickie James. And I'll do... Let's see, who could Mickie James team with? Hang on. I'm still going stamina because we're trying to keep as many people as we can as healthy as we can. Towards the bottom here, you can see the people that just got done doing some big programs for us. Bailey, it might be Bailey. I don't think I want to use Liv Morgan for this. I'm going to do Bailey. And they are also going to be a tables match, just because. Okay, so this so far is our hottest match, so I'm going to move that to the main event. So this should still be better. This tag match, wait a minute. Popularity 46, 62, 48, 45, 80, 60. Huh. This is tough. So this one, even based on popularity, should be better than whatever precedes it. Like, it should be better than this, I would think, even though Toni Storm has a high popularity. It's got a rivalry going for it. It has the style clash going for it, and it's a tables match. This is just a regular match right now. So this other tables tag, currently just kind of a match at the moment. Mind you, Indy Hartwell and Natalia are an established team, and Mickie James is coming in for like the last 10 weeks of the promotion here to help us out, much like Sammy George was rehired for the last 10 weeks of the promotion, just to give us more people to work with, because we're hurting for people with proper stamina here. Okay, Mia Yim, still a heel here. Going to turn her into a baby face in a week. So let's do Liv Morgan as our face. And stamina-wise... Oh, Alexa and Tamina have a feud, but I'm going to leave that alone. See, Raquel and Naomi have a feud, and she hates Liv, like, with a passion. I don't know if they're going to get mad at me for doing Cruiser. She does have a level 1 feud with Tamina, but they're also the tag champs. I don't want to feed into that feud anymore. So even though they might get mad at me, I'm going to do Alexa Bliss, Liv Morgan for the moment. So the mid card, like I said, just kind of, yeah, it's not a really beefy show, to be perfectly honest. We're trying to start some stuff away from these people. Let's see. So, for example, in this match, we can have somebody run in. We have 2 specialists, but a babyface and a heel. So let's find a heel that we want to feud with Toni Storm. Somebody that has the stamina to do literally anything against Toni Storm. We're not going to pick her because we're switching her babyface. Have we done Toni Becky yet? What are we just coming off of? Let's check. Let me scroll down my match list here. What are we just coming off of? As long as I didn't just do it, I got no problem doing it. Rhea Ripley, Becky Lynch. So now she can feud with her tag partner, maybe. Okay, so we're going to do that to try to start a feud between Becky Lynch and Toni Storm for the next thing for Becky to be doing. And I can also do a run-in in this one if I really want to. Their stamina's not bad. Okay, so this one might turn into, let's see. There's 4 people that I could do a run-in on too, which is great. Typically, I think of a run-in as a heel move, so I'm trying to find heels to work with these people. How are we doing? Whoa, what a stiff drop-off. Again, not doing anything here. Well, I mean, I could just do this. Not GM interference. I'm not doing that. Let's see. Her tag team partner running in on Liv. Alexa's tag team partner, that is. Just makes sense. So just doing that, we have 1, 2, 3, 4. So we have 2, like a real cheap show, to be perfectly honest. 2 normal matches, 2 tables matches, also 2 run-ins. So that gives us, should give us the stuff. We're not going to get anything for the arena, so I'll just do the biggest thing just because we can. That gives us second highest this, highest this, highest this. Just like that. So not a huge show, low risk, because we are very much worrying about people's staminas and things. We're going to have a new heel to play with starting next week because Asuka's switching. We've left Mia Yim off the show because next week we're switching her baby face. I already have that penciled in. Oh, there it is. I already have Asuka penciled in to face Rhea Ripley when she turns. So we're going to wait for that to happen. Yeah, I don't have Raquel Gonzalez on the show this week, unfortunately. But the week off should give her more time to heal. She can get a self promo next week. I'll make sure to write that in. Promo 1. Self. Raquel. So that'll be the tiniest usage of Raquel Gonzalez and Naomi. Like these first 2 weeks, I'm just going to try to give them each a self promo, and then weeks 3 and 4, we're going to try to bump them back up against each other because we need them. We need them still eligible to finish the feud at Fastlane. So we're trying to just gently get ourselves back to that without too much kerfuffle. Too much of a kerfuffle. Okay, we're in Lafayette, Louisiana. Our opener is a tables match between Mickie James and Bayley, and their opponents Natalya and Indy Hartwell, the Hartwell Foundation. Then Asuka turns heel, and then Alexa Bliss fights Liv Morgan with a run-in. Shotzi on Liv. Stone Cold cuts a charity promo. And then we have Toni Storm versus Sammy George with another run-in. Becky Lynch. She loves these. She runs in on people all the time. On Tony Storm. Naomi, our champion, comes out with a self promo, and then another tables match for the main event. China versus Dakota Kai. This fulfills the commissioner desire to have Dakota Kai wrestle this week, and it's our hottest match. It's a feud, blah blah blah. Got stuff going. I don't know how I don't get anything going on here. 4 special match types, etc., etc. Book a bunch with a really good star power. Book 2 with a really good popularity on promos. This one, I only have like book 1 level 2 or higher rivalry. So I only have the quality bonus for the tiniest 2 arenas. Like I don't get it for the normal TV arena. And I'm just going to stay in the big open stadium. Like if I don't have this going on the weekly show, I don't see the point of not booking the big stadium so that I get a bunch of money I can invest in the show. Like I don't even want injury rehab cards, but I'm going to buy it just because it's only 15 grand. There we go. So I have 3, 3, and 4 now. If anyone ever gets hurt, I can get him back here in no time. I think it's too late because it takes a certain amount of time for this to kick in. Like they have to disappear and then come back. So I feel like the better thing to do would be, okay, only usable on superstars with less than 60 popularity plus 15 popularity after this next match. So who's got that we can do? Oh, look at that. Look at them all. Okay, I'm going to put that on. Oof. I mean, it's okay to have some underneath matches. So she's going to fight Rhea Ripley. Mae Yim needs somebody to fight. Shotzi and Alexa are a team, so they're okay there. Sammy George is newish. I'm going to put that on Dakota Kai, because I believe they're in our main event. I mean, it's going to happen after the main event, but I think that's going to help. Yeah. So this is going to be a star-making performance. Fingers crossed. For Dakota Kai, and should hopefully also elevate their rivalry to a 3. So, first match is a match to have a match. I mean, they're both matches to have matches, to be perfectly honest. We don't really have anything going on here. Got to run in on the second match because we're trying to start something between... Actually, we're not trying to start anything between Shotzi and Liv Morgan. We're just doing a run-in to do a run-in, basically. So we might as well just add another one here. Okay, who would we want to start something? Mickie James is only here for a certain amount of time. She's not staying. She's involved. She's got low stamina, but we're going to do it anyway. We're going to get Charlotte to run in on Mickie James. Okay. I'm hoping that... Oh, well, their popularity is higher than... It's just a normal match, though. We'll see. We shall see. The person running in is a higher popularity than this person running in. That one's a high popularity, but again, this one's got the rivalry and the whatever else going for it. This is going to be a difficult one. I don't know if we booked this in the right order, but we're trying to keep people's staminas okay, and we're doing the sneakier method of trying to start feuds. Run in, run in, run in. And then perpetuate the feud we got going, and we got to percolate. Just keep this one simmering. Naomi and Raquel Gonzalez. So no Gonzalez this week, probably no Naomi next week. Okay, everything else, we're good. And I think just before Fastlane, I'm going to boost the whole morale of the thing, of the squad by 15 going into the last 5 weeks. So let me write that down. I'm going to play my Superstars GM card. Week 45. Going into Fastlane. Boosting everyone's morale into that pay-per-view and then into the last 5-week stretch that takes us to WrestleMania. Okay, so 41's done. Medium's turning face next week. Well, 41's booked, I should say, it's not done. Got our logistics worked out. I'm satisfied with how this is going to... Oh, I should add the run-in. So we're running in Charlotte on Mickie James to try to start something there. Shotzi on Liv, kind of for no reason. It's still happening though, just to give us a lot. Actually, because of that, there. Now we have the McMahon family on us, so that is another show quality bonus. So that should help us as well. Okay, I don't know if I put these matches in the proper order, but I'm pretty happy with the rest of what we've done here. She's getting this next week. I think that's the only promise. Yep, she's getting this next week. That's fine. Dakota Kai gets that, so we get free crew booking. It's it helps. I mean, it's more helpful towards the beginning of this run. But yep, no problem. Okay. Confirm what we've done. Get myself out of the way. Also, I can finally finish my oatmeal. Confirm that book and get down to the ring. Oh, you know what? I'm actually going to stay on cam for this, because we simulate the first 3 matches. So you have to watch me eat my oatmeal. Alright, Mickie James and Bayley against the Hartwell Foundation. Run in by Charlotte Flair on Mickie James. That's why we have to simulate this. Cross your fingers. I'm hoping for like 3 stars at best.
1, 2,
3 stars at best. Very best. They win despite the interference. Terrible. 2 stars. Worse than I thought. All is lost. JK. Okay, so we got the feud started. Charlotte Flair, Mickie James. Level 1. This is very much a rebuilding episode of the show. And then Asuka's evil. Done. I've already adjusted my roster to reflect that. No, I have not. Asuka's evil. Miriam was going to be good. Okay. Got that done. Got to simulate the second match as well. Alexa Bliss, Liv Morgan versus Liv Morgan. Straight up match. Shotzi running in on Liv.
1, 2, 3.
Please be less than 2 stars. Alexa Bliss. 2.5. Uh-oh. 2.5. No good. No bueno. Yeah, not a great opening. Not a great start to the week. So a 2-star tag match to start us off. And then a 2.5-star match with another run-in. Also started a Shotzi Liv Morgan rivalry. Maybe we'll keep that going. Okay, let's try this. Level 1. Shotzi versus Liv Morgan. I get weird. Okay. Back down we go. Boink. Charity promo from Steve. Thank you, Steve. I just wrote down that. Already wrote down the 5K. Already there. Okay, continue. Simulating this, because wouldn't you know it, another run-in. Just another normal match. Tony Storm, Sammy George, but we're trying to start something between Tony and Becky.
1,
Come on, rivalry. Tony wins despite the interference. It's a 2.5 match. No rivalry. Nothing happened. Okay, run-in didn't do it. Here comes Naomi with her promo. Fantastic promo. +5 to her popularity. People love Naomi. All right, we can finally do a match, which means I can finally get myself out the way. Also, I can get this bowl out the way. Here we go. There we are. You can still hear me, but you cannot see me. That's I feel more comfortable doing commentary that way. As we finally get down to the ring for our main event of this first week, Chyna and Dakota Kai in a tables match. First person to put your opponent through a table is going to be the winner of this one. We're going to skip the entrances to get down to the action as fast as possible. Oh, you know what? Since it's our main event, it's the first match we've seen today, I'll at least make sure that the introductions and title cards get out of the way first.
The following contest
is a tables match. Making her way to the ring from Redondo Beach, California, the ninth wonder of the world, China!
Yeah, China. Okay. Next. China, waiting. Her opponent about to make her way to the ring in this giant outdoor football stadium that we hold our weekly shows in. Dakota Kai. Like 4 hair colors ago.
From Auckland, New Zealand, Dakota Kai!
That's it? That's all we know about her? She's from New Zealand. It's Dakota Kai. Wouldn't you know it? Boo, boo. Okay. Tables match. I wish we had a fancy graphic for it. But as you can tell, both fighters are ready. And we are underway here. The only way to win is to put your opponent through a table. There are plenty at ringside. Don't even need to be a finishing maneuver. You just need to do a move that throws them through a table. We've had the force of someone's leg snapping a table go through be enough. We had the force of someone's hand, someone's forehead. A lot of ways that people have been put through tables in these matches. Mind you, we've had a lot of tables matches in our history as well, so a lot of opportunities for people to think of ways to put people through tables. As now the two women look to be fighting on the outside here. This could go badly for China. Oh, able to counter. I was going to say, if Dakota Kai is able to drop kick China off the apron, she could potentially have gone through that table at ringside and this match would have been over. Just like that. Oh! Nice elevation on the standing double stomp, and a second one from Dakota Kai using all her weight. Certainly the smaller of the two wrestlers in this one. So having to use what weight she has to her advantage is Dakota Kai there. China easily with the up and over. And the suplex on Dakota Kai. I think China was trying to loosen the knee brace there, and Dakota Kai instinctively just kicked her away. Going to be very protective of that area, I would think. The native of Auckland, New Zealand, Dakota Kai. Once again, getting dropped with a neck breaker, and now China goes for the table on the floor. Kai meets her out there, sends China back inside, perhaps goes for the table herself. No. Oh, thinks better of it. And indeed now retrieves the table. Into the ring it comes. Inching ever closer to the possibility that someone could go through a table and end this matchup. Oof. And over on the power slam goes China. Not satisfied with just one wooden table in the ring. Here comes number 2. One table apiece. Nice DDT there by China. Partially blocked our fans from viewing it by that table falling over, but twang. China not satisfied with the table per combatant. In comes table number 3. Sliding in on top of one of the other previous tables. Tables everywhere. Dakota smartly sets one up center of the ring, and as we said, any old move can do it, and China has done it! Dakota Kai set the table up. Oh, and there you saw, pancaked her bad knee through the corner of the table, and that was enough. It's got to be better than 2.5 or something, I think. Whatever the previous one was. This is a stinker of a weekly show, but we don't have any rivalries, so we're doing our best. There you go. Excellent. A 3-star match, and the rivalry grew. That's enough. That's enough. We're just going to get yelled at for the first match not being as good as the second match. Rivalry up to 3 there. That's ready to go at the pay-per-view, so we can slow down on that. It also means I can do China and Naomi versus Dakota and Raquel. Mixing in both of those rivalries. So that'll be helpful overall. A good match. Okay. Woo. Not a great show. I'm definitely skipping what they're doing. Don't need to see it. Yeah, get out of here with this. They're gonna crush us all over the place, I'm sure. Yeah, they destroyed us. Poor opening. Yeah, that's all they're gonna talk about. Oh, they both, oh, we both did the same thing, because there was a 2.5, 3.5. We both got dinged for the same problem. Okay. Never would have expected Oscar to be bad guy. Nope. Nothing else, nothing new. Okay, nothing exciting. Lost 30,000 fans. Brutal. My word. Okay. Oh, got my GM thing. They lost 26,000, so they actually gained 5,000 on us. Oh boy. It gets tougher here. It gets tougher the further in you go. For sure. All right. 3 weeks of Fastlane. We're in Philly, I saw, and now I have to do the, I got some requests to deal with here. 1 second. I write down that we are in Philly. I have a proposition for you. How about you and I have ourselves a little partnership? Nope. I'm not even reading the rest of that. Absolutely not. As much as I love being out there with the fans, I don't think it's the right time to be picking sides. I am an impartial general manager. Nope. Absolutely not, Alexa. I think you should put me in a match with Bailey. Trust me on this. Next 3 weeks. Okay, I can do that. Yeah, what's Bailey up to? Bailey is now currently feuding with nobody. Yeah, Bailey's not feuding with anybody. Yeah, sure. I can make that happen within the next 3 weeks. In fact, I can probably put that on, not this week because you only have 33 stamina, but next week, sure. Or once you're over 40. Ensure that Rhea Ripley cuts a promo this week to get a pre-match physio. I already have one. What else do I got? Fixed match, fantastic. This is useless to me. Add a single week to a free agent or legend contract for 15 grand. Again, I'll keep pointing this out every time they offer me this and think it's supposed to be a good idea. At most, a legend costs you 5 grand a week. Why would I pay triple that just to extend their contract by a single week where I can just renegotiate when their contract comes due and pay them what they're worth at the time? This is the most useless card, I think. I don't know why it even exists, to be perfectly honest. Okay, I'm gonna need that. I'm gonna play these when I can. Hey, I already have 2 pre-match physios, so I don't care about. That's fine. I don't have her cutting a promo. Okay, let's satisfy Mia Yim's request. There you go. I don't fail the commissioner goal. Can we call it a request and not a goal? Because it's not actually required. It's just something they want me to do, and I'm like, nah, I'm good. It's not like they chastise me for it, other than like my not getting the bonus. And if I don't want the bonus, that's fine. Okay, so in going with what I said, how I would structure the promos last week, there we go. We're changing Mia Yim. We are doing a charity promo with Steve. Raquel Gonzalez cuts a promo. And now the new heel Asuka tries to start a feud with her and Rhea Ripley, because I think this would be amazing. You know him, you love him. We're doing a tables match to start this off. Try to start that into a feud. I got Dakota Kai China at a level 3. I might be able to put. I think I might. Hang on. Let me just check stamina. 75, not terrible. So who can't I really? So the only 2 that can't really work this week are China and Baszler. Okay, like can't. Shotzi. So the only thing I'm missing, unfortunately, is 2 weeks of no promos to help pop feuds, because normally it's really easy to try to get something rolling. Okay, so we just started last week the Shotzi Liv Morgan feud, so let's keep that going with just a regular match. Okay. We got a tables here. Don't know anything tag title wise yet. Who are my tag champs? How is your stamina? Oh yeah, we're trying to ignore... Well, their stamina's pretty good. Trying to ignore their singles feud there. Okay, so that's our babyface championship team putting the belts on the line soon against a couple of heels that they can easily fight. By the names of... They just feuded. Did the Scream Queens. Well, back to the Hartwell Foundation then. With our other full-time heel team. And they're absolutely getting a title match because of their previous runs on top. Okay, it's going to be an Extreme Rules title match of that. So that's our main event for the belts. Should be better than this. So far, maybe that'll popularity wise. Oh no, they got them on one or both counts. This isn't a rivalry yet. It does have the boost to style, and Rhea Ripley is a specialist in it, however. So this is all over the place. Okay, so wanted to get this started right away. This is already a rivalry. We're gonna see if we can get something going just in a... It started with a run-in. We'll see if a straight-up match progresses it to 2. Tables... I'm not doing a run-in because that just serves to promote rivalries, and we don't want that at the moment. What else? China and Dakota were leaving off this week. Baszler wanted... hang on, let me go back to my journal. Baszler wants a match against Bayley within 3 weeks. Okay. I don't want to do that. Well, wait a minute. Okay. What if I do? Baszler's really popular. Baszler. Bayley. Like you want. Normal match. No interference. Tables, Extreme Rules, normal. And I have a power card where I can play... Reduces the probability that a superstar will become injured in a match. And then play that here, because her stamina is the lowest. Yes. This is a huge risk. I've never had somebody injured before. I've never put somebody in a position where they could potentially get hurt. But I'm going to risk it. Okay. Now I have to start making strange decisions here. So this is actually the most popular match on the show. But this one has Extreme Rules and title match going for it. Mia Yim switches face. Stone Cold Charity. Raquel cuts a promo. No Naomi this week. Let's see. Normal match, Bayley Baszler. They're both good at tables matches. Only one of them is good at tables matches. See, it's getting more and more difficult because they're both table match specialists. Okay. Rhea Ripley, Asuka's significant. Well, she's more popular than both of them in this. This overall is more popular than this, for sure. Maybe that should open. This one has a rivalry 1, but it's just a plain matchup, and both of the people are more popular than both of the people here. This one is lesser than... this is... See, they have higher popularity, but this is also a title match, which gives you an extra boost. And it's... I mean, they're both gimmick matches to some extent. So I want this to be the feud, so I don't want to change anything here. Or do I? Hang on. So if I instead put Rhea Ripley against Becky, who is technically not doing anything. Oh, the rivalry's on cooldown. Bianca Belair, who's technically not doing anything. A couple of bruisers in a table match. And then all of a sudden... Oh, Bianca Belair, by the way, is going to feud with Mia Yim. And then all of a sudden, Asuka runs in on Rhea Ripley. Or... that's what we hired Sammy George for. And they're both good at tables, too. So popularity 75 and 60... Or sorry, 65 and 70? There. Now that becomes a table with a run-in to try to start the Rhea Ripley-Asuka feud. 70-65, 74-60. So pretty even in the middle here, but this has a rivalry already. Here we're trying to establish something. This is cold. So is this, but the popularity of the two, and the fact that it's a requested match, and the fact that they're both table specialists, I'm hoping will propel it over the next match up. And the popularity of both of these stars is better than the popularity of both of these stars at the moment. This has higher popularity stars than this match does, but this has a title on the line, so it makes sense to me that it main events. Or the other option is to completely flip the order of things, like put this in the main event, put this opening, put the tables match here, put this straight up match here. But I feel like you should build toward a title match if you're doing a show, but that's just me. Now we can do the logistics. We're still not going to get any boost. Like, we don't even have enough to get to the secondary. No, we don't even have a rivalry here. Just a big open stadium. Best we could do. Best we can do. Okay, so we have to take a hit on commercial and veteran crew this week. Purchased everything that we can make use of. Yeah, we did a pre-match physio to hopefully Shayna Baszler doesn't get hurt. That's the only promise we have. Well, they're getting this tonight, and they're getting this tonight as well. So we will have both of those done by the time next show is ready to be booked. It's going to be a toughie. It's going to hurt Shayna Baszler immensely. A 33 going into a tables match, and then we have to leave her off TV for a few weeks. Or at least move this over to promos. Now that we're finally done the role changes, we can transition Mia Yim. I mean, Asuka's already here. Where'd you go? Wait. Oh yeah, Asuka's already here doing the run-in. I'm like, wait, she had a match. No, she's doing the run-in now instead. So Asuka's already involved as a fresh heel. She's going to swap and then try to start something with Bianca Belair quickly. And then we can start putting Raquel and Naomi sort of back in the ring against each other on either sides of a tag team at the very least. Because I can do Raquel, Dakota versus China and Naomi at least once. And then maybe a promo between China and Dakota to get that to a 4. And then we'll have our 2 level 4 rivalries for the pay-per-view at least. And then everything else just kind of trying to get it to fall into place. Hoping to maybe start something here. Maybe we can quickly spin up a 3-weeker to do at the pay-per-view. I like having a tag feud to blow off at the pay-per-view as well as the singles matches, but if I only have singles feuds to blow off at Fastlane, I might end up doing that, or I might just put in one tag match just so I don't get dinged for not having enough variety. Okay, I'm satisfied with what we have here. It's the best we're going to be able to do this week. I'm trying to be very stamina conscious, except for the main event, because I think they can handle the Extreme Rules. And no, oh wait, just the one run-in, so we're going to watch 3 of these 4 matches. This is another good point. Here we go. We're going to try to lose as few fans as possible. That's basically it from here on out. Confirm that booking. Here we are in beautiful Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. I'm going to get away from the cam here, and we're going to spectate this match with the knowledge of Shayna Baszler's health. So every bump she takes, I'm going to be wincing, like, please don't get hurt. Please don't get hurt. I don't want any trouble. I'm going to keep entrances, I guess. Hang on. At least up until they say their name and stuff.
The following contest is a tables match.
Sure is.
Making her way to the ring from San Jose, California, Bayley.
Boom! All right. Come on through. and her opponent.
And from Sioux Falls, South Dakota, Shayna Baszler.
Alrighty. Boom! Punch that air, yeah. What's going on? I'm assuming that's Rasco. Let me tab over here and check. I'm a big face over Shayna Baszler. Love it. Let's get a ring. What's going on, Rasco? Nearly timed it perfectly. For her to punch me in the face or for me to have her body? Oh, we are underway here with another rip-roaring tables match. Shayna Baszler requested this one. Said, Coach, put me in there with Bayley. Trust me. For you to have her body. Nice. Hey, I'd love to be in that kind of shape. I'm working on it. I mean, I'm never going to get to that level, to the level of professional performance artist slash athlete that you have to be as a pro wrestler. Hardest improv gig in the world. Hey, do you want to play fight in the most violent way possible? And try not to physically actually hurt your opponent, but make it look like you're just murderizing him? And you want to do it like 300 days a year? Well, I guess they don't have to work that hectically now that they don't do house shows nearly as often after the pandemic and stuff. But at one point, they were working like 250 to 300 days out of a year, including all the travel and such. Sounds brutal. Not to mention the physical toll it literally takes on your body having to do stuff like this. As she rolls through on a second gut-wrench suplex, that time with a release by Shayna Baszler to Bayley. Now just uncorking on the forehead. Right back to it goes Shayna Baszler. That MMA background coming into play here. Vicious strikes and calls herself the submission magician. The Queen of Spades, Shayna Baszler, getting dumped up and over the top and to the floor. Bayley in hot pursuit. Well, I'm glad at least you get to celebrate your birthday. It is kind of sleazy of her to be like, okay, but then you have to sacrifice more time off. Neat. To celebrate the fact that you're alive. And then sometime between then and now, I absolutely expect you to post in Discord at some point that she's like somehow backhandedly praised you again. Or said something nice and then done something bad, which seems to be like the way it goes. Like, says something supportive, does something not supportive. Oh my god, release German suplex. Back of Shayna Baszler's head hit the corner of that metal frame underneath the table. Thankfully, she wasn't busted open. These are trying to set up the table that wronged her so to put Bayley through it. Bayley cuts that off into the knee buster. Combos it to a dragon screw. As you saw what I can only assume is sweat flying off of Shayna Baszler there. Into the Bayley to belly! Oh! Perhaps aimed for the table but came up short, did Bayley. Hang on, into the dragon screw. Oh, again! Fails to put Shayna through the table. She's tried twice now in these last two moves. Third time could be the charm here. Bayley's got her set up. Oh, Shayna with a counter. Shayna in command now. Looking to put Bayley through the table. Perhaps. Here she goes. Has her set up. Leaning on the pine. And German suplex time. Shayna Baszler with the win. No replay for you. All right, so don't have gotten hurt. 3.5-star match, no feud. Okay, that's interesting. I mean, that's something. I didn't even write any of this down. So that was a tables match. That was Shayna Baszler. I'm not writing down who's winning anymore. I haven't done that in ages. Shayna Baszler versus Bayley. That was a 3.5-star match. No feud. No feud. Okay. Not quite what I was after. And please no hurts. Please nobody hurt. Nobody was hurt. Okay, well thank you for that. That should put you over whatever happens in this Liv Morgan Shotzi match. Mia, welcome to the babyface side. Everyone was happy about it. As we spectate this next match. Liv Morgan, Shotzi, one-on-one. They are in a level 1 feud. They have to do worse than a 3.5-star match. Here we go. Let me get out of the way. We'll do our abbreviated entrances. That should be our new standard, I suppose. Since we don't have to actually worry about the theme songs, we just have to worry about certain graphical assets being identified and complained about.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall.
What a mess of an
Making
outfit.
her way to the ring.
She's all over the place.
From Elmwood Park, New Jersey, Liv Morgan.
That's me. All right, no need to shake the top dots. All right. Oh, I like her rat fink. Cartoon character thing there. Oh, sweet. I was hoping she'd have the tank.
And
cute.
representing the Queens from Oakland,
Oh, that's cool.
California, Shotzi.
I didn't know that it would shout out her stable. In this case, the Scream Queens tag team. Look how cool that is. Yeah. Found our thumbnail for the week. Shotzi in a tank. Oh, small Shotzi chant already. Straight up match here. This feud started when Shotzi interfered on Liv Morgan during her singles match with Shotzi's tag team partner Alexa Bliss just last week. So these two are looking to settle things in the ring here, but I don't know if anything's going to be settled after this one. Cruiserweight on cruiserweight activity here. I think it's okay if you put the same style against each other. Like, it won't be clunky. Because, like, there have been giant versus giant matches and stuff like that before. But I feel like if you did, like, Bruiser Cruiser, they'll be like, why did you do that? I don't know. I'm guessing. This is all my first playthrough. And I'm still trying to figure out how it works. While also limiting my own options by only having female wrestlers compete in the ring. Hang on, Shotzi going up. Big splash down onto Liv Morgan, prone in the center of the ring. Drops the big elbow as a follow-up. Match has been all Shotzi since the opening bell. Shotzi staying on Liv here. Trying to pin 2. Liv out at 2. Shotzi right back up top. Like we said, it has been all Shotzi since the opening bell. Another huge splash. This time she hooks the leg. Ref well out of position. And Liv kicks at 1. Shotzi can't believe it. I can't believe they approved the daddy choker for her to wear as her one outfit in this game. Acai DDT by Shotzi up to the top rope a third time. No bueno. Liv able to avoid it this time. But Shotzi right back in command. You can see the damage done to Liv there. Thank you to the implanted health trackers that all of our athletes volunteer to have. The minor surgical procedure. A device smaller than a grain of rice implanted in fatty tissues in the back of the neck there. Grab them by the scruff and just fire it in. Allows us to monitor the various overall health condition of our athletes. Shotzi going back up again, this time motioning for Liv to stand. What does Shotzi have in mind here? Oh! The whoopee cushion, a standing variety. And now what does she have here? We're going to call out the Cracker Jack, I guess. Whoa! A hair is breadth away. Our hair is width away. Getting the 3 is Shotzi. who's dominated this matchup, but Liv's starting to mount some offense here. Oh, complete shot, straight into the cover, goes Liv. Shotzi's down and dazed. Instinctively kicks it too. Liv setting Shotzi up in the corner here, trying to press the advantage while she has it. Corner bulldog off the second rope. Or sitting on the top turnbuckle if you so prefer. Liv now just trying to force Shotzi to tap. Puts the knee into the small of the back and yanks back on her chin and neck as hard as she possibly can. Shotzi fights back to her feet. Liv drops her again with an edge-o-matic. Liv's got something in mind here. Something to end this thing once and for all. Trying to set Shotzi up against the ropes or perhaps into the corner once again. Shotzi able to fight free. Another Asai DDT from Shotzi. Into the cover. 1, 2, no. Liv out at 2. Spirited contest thus far. Shotzi going up top, looking to end things. Oh, it's the senton that time. Into the cover goes Shotzi. 1, 2, 3. Shotzi drawing first blood in this feud. See that beautiful extension on the Asai DDT. Liv Morgan trying to fight back with that complete shot. Thought things were going her way with this corner bulldog as well. But a second DDT into that big senton splash by Shotzi.
Here is your winner, Shotzi.
Gets her the victory. Okay, let's see how this did. 3 stars, please. Perfect. That's exactly what we wanted. Well, that's fun. It does RRR. Okay. Oh, hang on. I changed a bunch of stuff here. Shush you. Shotzi versus... Oh man, I should write down the rest of the card before I do the rest of this. Liv Morgan, they just had a regular match. It was 3 stars, which is fantastic. And even better than that, the rivalry went up to 2. So I have Shotzi and Liv on level 2. I have 4 rivalries on the go. I need at least 2 to hit 4 stars. Okay, bear with me for 1 second. Once we're back to the match listings, I'm going to write them all down. Yes. The first was the role change. And the third one turned into the self-promo for Raquel Gonzalez. The second promo, of course, charity promo. Stone Cold, Steve Austin, not Stone Claude, teehee, plus 5,000 fans. I'm just going to go ahead and write that down. Excellent, 5,000 fans. Scritch, scritch. Match number 3, a tables match between Rhea Ripley and the person that we hired specifically to be the other half of matches that they get interfered on. Run in. Asuka on Rhea Ripley, trying to start a feud there. Gonna have to simulate this one. Let's check out what happens. One-on-one tables match. That gets us that's a twofer. That's a gimmick match plus the run-in. So that's two that qualify for certain bonuses and stuff. 1, 2, 3. Sammy George with the big win. 2.5 stars. Perfect. Perfect. 2.5 stars. Sammy George wins. That's not the important part. The important part is we started the Asuka Rhea Ripley rivalry. Now I have 5 rivalries. Okay, hang on. Level 1, Asuka versus Rhea Ripley. It was okay. Raquel Gonzalez cuts a promo. Oh, I'm putting a C in her name where I do not need to. That's funny. Alright, my bad. Like this whole week I've been spelling it with an extra letter. Wondering like, where do I it didn't look right, and I was like, I don't know. I'm trying to see if I get this correct here. Okay, 42. They weren't on last week, so we're okay. Self-promo. +5. Does fantastic. Good for her. See, I didn't even write down that the main event is in Extreme Rules for the tag belts. So we have Natalya and Indy versus our champions, Nikki and Tamina, renewing old rivalries. I only have a few tag teams to bounce back and forth between, but I will do that as often as I possibly can, because we only have two pay-per-views left. And it's not like they're super over. I only have 2 belts that I can use, or that I am using. So, let me get out of the way for these intros. Here in Philly, out come our challengers.
The following contest is a tag team Extreme Rules match and is for the NXT Women's Tag Team Championship.
It's gonna be a long intro by this ring announcer.
And Natalya, the Hart Foundation.
It's so weird that there's like nothing in between those two things. You know what I mean? Like it's this match and not like introducing first. It just starts their names. Here we go. Out come the champs.
They are the NXT Women's Tag Team Champions. Almost a superhero, Nikki A.S.H. and Tamina, the Superstar.
The Super Flyers. All right, gotta skip this. Graphic-y do. There we go. Challengers ready. Champions ready for this your main event. An Extreme Rules matchup. First pinfall or submission wins it. Tag titles on the line in this jam-packed football stadium. Okay, after this, we're booking week 3, and then we're out of here. It's your in-ring main event of the week. A short one this time, as we booked 3 run-ins on the first show. So we only saw 1 match out of 4. These two teams, no strangers to one another. Have feuded off and on throughout the entirety of the history of the promotion here. The Hartwell Foundation, the oldest tag team on record, formed, I want to say, week 2. It was very early on in the run of GWA G3 here, and have remained a loyal tag team through most of their run. And look at the athleticism by Nikki Ash, but what presence of mind by the ring general Natalya there to get her knees up on that big splash. But Nikki Ash, none the worse for wear. Right back on the attack to Natalya. Just no-sold those knees to the gut. And now trying to drive the air out of Natalya instead. Meanwhile, on the floor, Indy Hartwell and Tamina have isolated each other. Dragon screw into the stairs by Indy to Tamina there. I'll do my best to call the action. It's difficult to call. Oh! 2 singles matches at the same time. Tamina the first to grab a weapon. She's got a sledgehammer outside the ring there. In the ring, meanwhile, Natalya with a submission attempt on Nikki Ash. Getting waved off by the ref. Tamina coming in to help her championship partner. Doesn't quite need to. Natalya certainly beaten up already. Testament to the ferocity of Nikki Ash, who's been taking the fight to Natalya for most of this match. And paired off Nikki and Natalya, Indy and Tamina. For pretty much all of this one. Oh, hang on, spoke too soon. Tamina stunned and has to roll to the floor. This allows Indy to take over on Nikki Ash. Natalya keeping an eye on Tamina on the floor. Might be trading dance partners here, but nope. Natalya just taking a bit of a breather there against Nikki, and then right back to it. Once Indy noticed that Tamina was getting back to her feet. Back to the floor she went. Now she's got a kendo stick. Oh, she hit Tamina, but she just shrugged it off and yanked the stick out of her hands. Meanwhile, in the ring, Natalya with a sharpshooter on Nikki. Nikki Ash in a load of trouble. Tamina went in to help her partner, but then elected not to. Oh, second time's the charm. And she stops that submission attempt. Natalya rolls her over into a pin. Couldn't quite get it on the chair. Tries it now. Again, Nikki kicks out. Chair inside the ring. Kendo stick outside the ring. As this Extreme Rules match for the NXT champion or Tag Team Championships rages on. Natalya waiting for Nikki to stand. I think she's going to be waiting a while. Oh, and as soon as there's movement, she corrects her across the spine. And then one for Tamina. The Hartwell Foundation wearing out the tag champs now. Nikki is out on the floor. She's been out a while. In and out of the ring. Oh, Natalya there interrupting the move by her partner there. Indy ended up missing that jumping neckbreaker thanks to Natalya's work on Tamina. Natalya now stunned and sent out of the ring. Tamina going back to work on Indy Hartwell. Nikki Ash is back on her feet and stalking Natalya. Oh my gosh. Tamina just broke the kendo stick on the back of Indy, who rolls over and into position for the big splash. Hooks the leg. 1. Natalya breaks it up at 1. That could have been it. Championships could have been defended right there. In this your main event, what does it have to beat? It's got to be better than a 2.5-star match. Gotta be better. We're hoping for 3 stars out of this one. Hang on, Indy Hartwell. Looking for that springboard drop kick. Swing and a miss. Tamina collecting herself. Trying to take advantage. Big kick. To Indy. Into the cover goes Tamina. 2. No. Indy out at 2. Outside the ring, Nikki Ash is wearing out Natalya with a sledgehammer to the leg. Big splash to Indy in the ring. 2. No. Just got the shoulder up. Tamina can't believe it, but she goes right back on the attack. Trying to think of something to put Indy Hartwell down and out. Oh! Into the single arm powerbomb. 2 and no again. Indy kicks out. Tamina going right back up top. Gotta be thinking splash. Oh no, she's motioning for Indy to stand. What does she have in mind here? Turns around. Rounded body press by Tamina. Collapsing Hartwell to the canvas once again. Natalya and Nikki Ash thoroughly occupied outside the ring. But would you look at this? There's some fight left in Indy Hartwell. What a main event. Tag team gold on the line. Multi-time champions in both corners of this one. And Indy now hits that big springboard drop kick. Crawls into the cover. 1. And Nikki Ash immediately breaks it up to save the tag belts. Hammerlock DDT by Hartwell. Now a cover on Nikki. 1, 2. Nikki Ash out at 2. Who has 3 finishers stored, by the way. Big sidewalk slam into a cover by Indy. Oh, bumped into by Natalya and Tamina, and that broke it up before the 3. Things not looking so hot for the tag champs, the Super Flyers. Oh, in the worst kind of way. Tamina bounced off the chair in the corner. And they've done it. The Hartwell Foundation have regained the gold. 5-time champs. Let's get back on cam and confirm that. I believe, yes, this makes them 5-time champions, dethroning the 3-time champions, Tamina and Nikki.
NXT Women's Tag Team Champions.
Amazing.
Natalya and Indy Hartwell, the Hart Foundation.
That's the Hartwell Foundation. The 5-time champs. Come on, feud. Come on, 3 stars in a feud. 3.5 and nothing. All right, but we got new tag champs. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. I'm going to put them back in the ring against each other in a couple weeks, I guess. All right, 3.5 stars. And then nothing after that. Let's see how this went. Ding, ding, ding. So it dipped in the middle just like it should have. Great match. No feud. I'm gonna skip all this. Fandango versus Jerry the King Lawler is your main event. And we're opening with Trent Seven versus Karrion Kross. The only match that I want to see is Otis versus Eric here, or Ivar, or whichever his name is. That's the only match of the 4. And I cannot believe that John Cena and Akira Tozawa are still feuding. Anyway, simulate the show. Good booking. Good booking. We did fine. Hope we nobody got hurt. Sammy George is a pathetic cheater. Don't really get why NXT want to push Shayna Baszler. That's interesting. Lost 27,000 fans. How many did they lose? Only 15, so they gained 12,000 fans. Getting closer. Ooh, I got it by just under 200K. All right, let's do some managerial work here. Let me write down that we're in St. Louis. Uh-oh. What's the problem, Trips? Hey, I noticed you haven't been making regular use of call-out promos. They're a useful tool for you as a GM. This was the first week I didn't do a call-out promo, and Triple H is up my butt about it. Naomi's going to be like, why haven't I been on TV? This is just a tutorial thing that they're like, hey, I noticed you didn't use a call-out this week. This is what they're for. Really psyched for this upcoming pay-per-view. Can't wait to put on a great show for the crowd. Absolutely. I've been putting in a lot of work. I think I've earned a shot at the title. How about it? Not a chance. Not a chance. No. I don't care if you leave, Sammy. You're an extra. I'm tired of you protecting Naomi, and the crowd's gonna get sick of it too. I thought I could trust you. You're not good enough. You just got back. Don't be silly. Small decrease to your morale. Don't be silly. That's one of the few things that I've turned down. Schedule a run-in? No problem. Naomi expects to make an appearance at the upcoming pay-per-view. I expect Naomi to make an appearance at the upcoming pay-per-view. I certainly hope she's able to. I would love that. Okay, so before we book this, let me scroll down here and see what we have going. We're not in great shape. We're not in terrible shape either. So forget I said anything. Let's drop out of studio mode and then let me hit this. There you go. So here's the rivalries that we have coming out of the 2 weeks that we just aired on television. So this hasn't soured. It also hasn't progressed at all because it was already a level 4. This was a level 2 and we got it to a 3. These 3 feuds are new. So we established Shotzi versus Liv Morgan and got that to a level 2 already. And we established Flair, Mickie James, and Asuka, Rhea Ripley. So I am confident I can put Naomi and Raquel in a tag match against Chyna and Dakota to get them. So I mean like Naomi and Chyna against Raquel and Dakota, that is to say. To get them across the ring from each other, but not in a way that's going to sour either feud. And then with the go-home show, let's see. Or maybe I'll do... I might put them in a throwaway tag with non-opponents. Because I'm trying to get this to 4 first. I might just put this into a call-out promo to start with. And then do the tag match on the go-home, assuming they're both at level 4. And that gets them out in front of the crowd at least once. That's my thought, at least. We'll see. Again, I have 2 weeks, and I don't want to sour the level 4 rivalry we already spent weeks building for the last pay-per-view. We're just hoping that we can actually pull the trigger on it and nobody gets vetoed this week. Okay, let's get this out of the way and apply that to what we are doing as we book the next show. Okay, so Chyna Dakota, I'm thinking I can do a call out there. I can have Dakota. Well, let's do China. See how they're now even in popularity? Isn't that great? So I can have China call it Dakota. Hopefully that bumps that to 4. We're going to do our second promo as being, of course, the charity promo from Steve Austin to get us 5,000 fans. So we only lose slightly less than otherwise. And one of the other feuds we're going to have to move, or we are going to move into the realm of promos. And my immediate thought is Charlotte Flair calling out Mickie James. There we go. That should be good. That should help. That should boost that to 2. That should get that to 4, hopefully. And now we work on what we put in ring. So Shotzi, Liv Morgan can go at it again. Yep. Stamina's fine. Shotzi, Liv. We're going to do tables match there. So trying to get that to a 3 with a tables match. Let's see. We've serviced that. Asuka. Okay, I'm going to do... Is Toni Storm in something? No, that didn't take. Okay, mid-card tag match. Toni Storm, Rhea Ripley. Against... could be anybody, really. Let's do our jobber, Sammy George. And... Oh, look at her stamina's terrible. Any other heel that's not occupied. Alexa's not really doing anything right now. Why wouldn't she team with her tag team partner? Because somebody's got to be doing a run-in instead. I mean, Asuka's going to be running in on Rhea Ripley. Why wouldn't she just team with her tag team partner? Because she's already in a match. That's why. Can I use anybody but Alexa? Just based on stamina and availability. Becky Lynch isn't doing anything. Well, I'm trying to get her in a feud, but it's not working. So I'm going to leave Becky out of it. I can do Bianca, Mia Yim. Actually, I'm going to put Bianca in here then. First, I'm going to put Becky in here. And we're still going to do the run-in. And it's going to be Asuka and Rhea Ripley. There we go. So I scheduled a run-in, which they wanted. It's a regular tag match. It's in the middle of the card, but that should hopefully boost the feud. Then we have a tables match here with a 2 rivalry. So I'm going to put that first. 77-65. Pretty fair across the board. That should be hotter than this, but that should also boost the rivalry. Considering the rivalry there. Considering the rivalry there. I did a run-in like they wanted. I should try to maybe put Naomi back on TV with somebody. Wasn't Dakota already fighting? All right, no, I'm not doing Dakota China this week. She can still be she can still be part of a call-out promo and also be part of a tag match, which is fantastic. So that's pretty cool, actually. So that actually gets us the opportunity to put them in the ring and not worry about it. Because actually, this is just a promo. Like, just China's here. She's just talking about Dakota Kai. It doesn't mean that Dakota Kai's there. Dakota Kai is, in fact, here in the main event. Okay, so that serves to push the feud. This is a main event to have a main event. And having Bayley here is fine because we only have her for a few more weeks and we could potentially lose her if we don't have the money to resign her, even though we have $4 million. So we should be okay. Hey, what's going on, Hero for Hire? Nice to see you. We're actually winding down this week's stream, but it's nice to see you for any length of time during the afternoon activities. Last thing I like to do before logging off after I've done 2 weeks of TV is book the 3rd week so that next week when I roll up, we run this show. We book and run the go-home show for the pay-per-view, and then we book and run what will be the Fastlane pay-per-view. That's going to be next Thursday afternoon's activities. This week, though, we're just finishing up trying to get all these irons in the fire. So we're trying to get that to a level 4 rivalry. We're trying to maintain the rivalry that already exists between Naomi and Raquel, but also put on a banger of a tag match. Who's got low stamina here? I think it's Bayley that does. So I'm okay with making this some sort of crazy match. There we go. Let's actually tone that down a little bit. Tables. tables, so that's already a rivalry, so that should be better than this straight up match that has a run in to serve a rivalry. And then let's try to do one more singles match here, and then we'll work on our logistics and then save it up. So far, okay, I'll say. It started not great because my alarm didn't go off, or I forgot to turn my alarm back on for the morning. So I slept in and didn't feed the cats in time until they were very much pawing me in the face and meowing at me to wake up. So at least my backup alarm worked in the form of my furry friends. So I got them tended to, and then immediately fell back asleep. So didn't actually roll out of bed to do anything normal for another couple of hours. And then decided, since I was already up, I did my exercises for the day. It's the shortest routine, but the most painful because it's abs and core day. And then after that, I was just in the mood to get this thing rolling. So rather than spend 2 hours thinking about what I could potentially book, and then wait for 2 and do my normal time slot, I just got too excited and started to broadcast right away. Okay, so far so good. Yeah, I must have. I'm doing. I started just this last month doing workouts 5 days out of the week, like Sunday to Thursday. And the first couple of weeks I was running it, I was basically just making sure that I could get the movements and stuff down. I wasn't worried about. I didn't care what weight I was holding. I just made sure I was holding some sort of weight for the ones that needed it. Just to, again, get used to the motion, make sure I was doing it right, type of thing. And in the past couple of weeks, I've been getting more and more tired because now that I sort of have the motions and, the sort of mechanics of it down, it's, okay, well, now I know what weight I started at last time. Let's see how much I can do. And then next time I do it, all right, let's see if we can do the same or a little bit more, same or a little bit more, so on and so forth, which is great, because to me that's kind of what you want if you're doing this thing. Just watching the numbers go up, in my head I'm like, oh cool, look at me leveling up. The problem is, obviously, it takes a much greater physical toll to be like, okay, how do I exhaust myself every day in an hour of lifting type of deal. So yes, I believe overall I'm just needing of more sleep, or probably just to organize my sleep schedule better, because it's not like I don't get tired at 11 midnight. I just end up going to bed at 2, 3. So I just need to be nicer to myself. All right, speaking of being nicer, let's be nice to a couple of the ladies and put them on. We have one more spot here. I think I'm going to go singles match, and I already know what we're doing. Bianca Belair, Mia Yim. Because we turned Mia Yim babyface last week. So we're going to try to get her immediately into a feud with Bianca Belair. So that should be worse. Yeah, 55-68, 70-80, 72-68. This should be a worse match, it's just normal, than this tables main event featuring our champion. This match is also, it's pretty spectacular. But this one with a level 2 rivalry should be better. This one is a run-in to pop a feud. This one's just a regular match to try to spark a feud. Maybe. Unless we do... Oh, they're good at tables matches, are they? Huh. What about this? Oh, no run-in. What about this? Extreme Rules nobody's good at? This has the style thing. This will be a new feud. Tables. I've never been yelled at for don't do the same stupid match over and over. So we'll see, because all 4 of them have something going on. Oh, thanks, Zero. Appreciate you saying that. And yeah, that's it's not. I'm not trying to complain to be like, oh, I'm not going to stick with it or anything like that. I'm just trying to say that, yeah, even though it hasn't been exactly as smooth as as anything could, nothing's going to go perfectly fine. But just because there are some setbacks, yeah, I'm committed to I'm still going. I got my 60. I'm pointing at the back wall that no one can possibly see because there's a green screen in the way. But I have my 60-day planner on the wall back here. I got my streaming calendar on this wall that nobody sees, but I can stare at from here, and on the back wall that no one sees because there's a green screen in the way. I got my 60-day planner for all my food prep and my exercises, right? So that on the right-hand side is the February section, and the left-hand side that used to say January, I've already like, what, it's a dry erase thing, so I already taken off all the January stuff, and I've already put up March. So I'm already trying to stay a month ahead in terms of like knowing what I'm doing when, workout wise, and what I'm eating when, as I'm pre-planning all my meals, which cuts down a lot on time spent deciding and grocery bills and stuff. So yes, and getting to check all those little things off very much works in my head, because I like lists. Lists help me accomplish things. So every single day that I can do it like a boop, it encourages me to continue to stick with stuff like that, so I can continue to boop, as it were. All right, so we have booked tables match, a regular match with a run-in, another tables match, and finally a tables match. This isn't a feud. This features a feud as half of these tag teams, and the other half of the tag teams are, well, in the case of Raquel and Dakota, a popular team with them. And in the case of Naomi and Bailey, Bailey is a tables match specialist. So I'm hoping the overall popularity of this squad is enough to overpower this matchup being a tables match. I think we actually ran this earlier in the year as a feud with Bianca as a face and Mia Yim as the heel, because that's how Mia Yim won the title in the first place. She was a baddie. Yeah, GM mode is, despite its limitations, I have a lot of fun, because part of the excitement for me is trying to figure out, well, what is it that I'm actually supposed to be doing here to properly build my audience and stuff. And I've always enjoyed, I've always enjoyed fantasy booking as it, like, already. And since they introduced universe mode years ago, what used to just be like a continuation of like the story mode, you could just sort of like start a new year with the same champions as prior year, blah, blah, blah. I used to just book shows. I used to book week to week, month to month. They had like create a story in some of the WWE games for a few years, and I used to make stories. I didn't share them as much as I should have. I think it was like PS3 at the time, or PS2, PS3 era. No, probably PS3. So I wasn't like sharing them up online or anything like that, but I used to love like telling little stories there. This I am challenging, like, not only do I like the fact that I've never played a GM mode in a WWE game, so this is my first experience with any sort of promotion in these titles. I'm not unfamiliar with like promoting wrestling in video games in general, because I came off of 2 years of doing Fire Pro Wrestling World and being in the sort of like Fire Promoter, it's called. It's their GM mode, so I'm familiar with the concept overall. But this one, I'm having a lot of fun figuring out what works and what doesn't, and challenging myself to try to beat a male and female promotion by just featuring female talent in ring. So adding that extra twist, I've also found fun. Plus, in my head, I'm trying to keep a certain thread throughout my booking / headcanon of like why some of these matchups make sense, and not just because I'm throwing people together to make matches. So yeah, so I'm having a lot of fun. My extent to wrestling games is Fire Pro, the WWE game, and Ultimate Muscle that we've discussed before. Fair enough. Yeah, big fan of Fire Pro. Love that game. Played that for years. Will continue to play that probably until I'm old and gray. I mean, I'm already old and gray. Until I'm older and white? I'm never not going to be white either. Don't know what else to say there. Old and decrepit. There we go. I'm not quite decrepit. Okay, power cards. I didn't even look. Yes, please, Health Spa. Yes, please, Health Spa. Oh, thank you. Who's not wrestling that needs this? Stamina. What's up, Shayna? Come back soon. Oh, all the way up to a 42. Oh, that's amazing. Okay, who else do I need? Everyone else is 50s and up. You're fine. I love it. Oh, that's great. So get a run in. So I do free arena booking. So that will work for the pay-per-view. We'll have a... Naomi wants a fight at the pay-per-view. I want Naomi to fight at the pay-per-view. It's penciled in. She'll be fighting Raquel Gonzalez for the championship finally, I hope. if she doesn't get vetoed. But we got trying to start. Okay, so let's review what we're going to open our broadcast with next week. We have a level 2 rivalry already on the go. First, it started with Shotzi running in on Liv Morgan when it was Liv Morgan versus Alexa Bliss, and then it was just a straight singles match between the two. That's Shotzi won, and now match number 2, tables match, level 2 rivalry. We're gonna open up hot. After that, we have a tag team matchup. Becky Lynch kind of lost at the moment, I'm not going to lie. Coming off of a feud with Rhea Ripley, so that's kind of makes sense why she's in there. Sammy George as the tag team partner of Becky Lynch. There was a loose association during Sammy George's first run with the company. Rhea Ripley and Toni Storm are an established tag team, so that makes sense why they're feuding. I'm trying to start Becky Lynch, Toni Storm. Didn't quite work last week, so this at least keeps them close to each other, and I can try again next week to start something for what it looks like would be a WrestleMania match because we're running out of time for Fastlane. The important part here is there is a run-in scheduled. Asuka is running in on Rhea Ripley to hopefully further their feud. And then after that, Stone Cold Steve Austin is here to cut a charity promo. That's to get us 5,000 fans and sort of patch the bleeding that we do week to week of losing audience. Mia Yim recently turned face, Bianca Belair, and she feuded when the roles were reversed. Now we're trying the same feud, opposite side of things. Mia Yim baby, Bianca Belair the heel this time in a tables match, hoping to start a feud there. And a third tables match in the main event after a call-out promo where Chyna is calling out Dakota Kai, who she's in a level 3 feud with. Hopefully that gets that to 4, and then Dakota will be featured in a tag team with Raquel Gonzalez in the main event. Raquel is in a level 4 feud with Naomi, who is our champion. We weren't able to blow the feud off at the last pay-per-view because Naomi's involvement was vetoed by usage of a power card from the AI opponent. So hopefully this pay-per-view will be able to defend the title. And she is teaming with Bayley because that's it. She's just teaming with her because Bayley happened to be there. She's a fairly popular babyface. So here she goes. That's it. Yeah, Fire Pro for sure. Fire Pro to me is more of a sim. Like I don't play a lot of Fire Pro matches. And I don't actually play a lot of matches in these WWE games anymore either, unless I'm with other people. Like unless I'm playing multiplayer, like we're teaming up or we're in a rumble or we're doing whatever, you know what I mean? Like that, yeah, I actually play the game, and I might have to adjust a few settings before we get to like the play part, because I have certain settings for like the simming type stuff that I do. But yeah, for the most part, the video games have been way more compelling and interesting than the television shows, and it's been that way for about 12 or 15 years, unfortunately, because you could literally book all of your favorite stars against all the dream opponents you ever wished, and then just watch it happen in front of you, instead of just like waiting for what the real people would do on the weekly show. You know what I mean? Like you could just do whatever you wanted instead, and then just have your own little like literal universe in the universe mode. Anyway, that's just the evolution of like, yeah, I used to play the wrestling games, and then as they've evolved, I've become more of a, not even a player coach, more of just like a manager in these things. Yeah, I've definitely leaned in more to the wrestling sim mode, which is fun. I don't know. It also, I think, like, it depends on your level of fandom. Like, if I'm a new fan, I'm probably still excited to just get in there and mix it up with all my faves, right? But I've been watching wrestling for, like, over 3 decades now. So at this point, I'm more interested in, like, the overall aspects of putting a show together than I am rooting for an individual talent, let's say. And that leads me to playing stuff like this. The Xbox Avatar one. No, you mean like, was it a recent Xbox game? I've never played an Avatar game, I don't think. I have been playing, well, I mean, if you want to get technical, I've been playing wrestling games since WrestleMania for the NES. But if you want to like talk about like this generation, yes, I got a PS2 when Here Comes the Pain had been released. So I got that. I mean, actually, don't tell my parents. Shh. But the Christmas that I got a PS2, I kind of figured I was getting a PS2, so I actually, while it was on sale before Christmas, bought Here Comes the Pain and just kept it in my room. So I opened up the system on Christmas morning, woo, yay, woo, and then I took the Here Comes the Pain, still in the bag, still with the receipt that my parents didn't really pay attention to, while we went shopping on Boxing Day, and just pretended I bought it on Boxing Day. Because otherwise they'd be like, where did you get this game? I think I also picked up whatever the previous one was, maybe like SmackDown Shut Your Mouth, whatever the one before Here Comes the Pain was. I also picked that up for cheap on that during that Boxing Day sale. And yeah, I was blown away just by the presentation of those things. And now here we are generations later, and it's even better in some respects and sillier in others. But we have set ourselves up for the first show next week. We're getting 3 out of the 4 bonuses as per usual. We are servicing as many feuds as possible and trying to start a couple others. I think we're in a real good spot. We have a, let's take a look at the ratings here. We have a just under 200,000 fan advantage over, or just under, around a 200,000 fan advantage. We're not pulling away. It's actually kind of consistent, but we're both like, it seems to be getting to 4 million is next to impossible, and that seems to be like the ceiling here. But I don't know if that they just adjust the graph based on how things go. They definitely have way more money than we do. There's nothing wrong with that. Like, I don't care. That doesn't matter to me. I don't need as much money because it doesn't cost more than like $500,000 to put on. Like, if you went all out, it would probably cost like $500,000 to put on a really good show. So we're okay. We only have 7 more weeks, which is 2 more pay-per-views. We're not going to run out of money. It's the fans. I think that's where you win, is fans. So we are doing great so far. We've fulfilled this. We're going to get a free arena booking. Free arena for the pay-per-view. Naomi wants to fight. Everything else is set. We are ready to go. I'm going to go ahead and slowly shut this down. Hang on 1 second. Here we go. I'll just hit this button. This should do it. There I is, front and center. So I can thank everybody for watching, no matter where or when you happen to be. I'm wishing everybody out there chill vibes and clear skies. And if you find yourself in possession of a plethora of positive energy, please share it if you can spare it. And don't forget about your old pal, Silent G, Rad Gnarly, saying so long for now. We are going to be back on the air Friday afternoon at 2 p.m. Eastern Time to keep meandering around the opening section of the map as we adventure as best we can in Dragon's Dogma Dark Arisen. So until then, TTFN, thanks so much for Hero for hanging out. Nice chatting with you as we're doing stuff. Nobody else is broadcasting at the moment. So I just want to let you know really quick that in this time slot next week, we're going to be doing 2 weeks of television and the Fastlane pay-per-view. And then after that, that means we only have, well, including next week, we have 3 more weeks of the GWA G2, because we have Fastlane coming up next week, and then the next 2 weeks following are the build-up and execution of WrestleMania, and then we see if we eventually win this mode. Oh, I should also mention tomorrow's 2 p.m. start time will likely be delayed because I booked myself a dentist appointment before I moved to the afternoon time slots. So I am actually booked up. I've double booked myself, but we'll figure it out. All right. See ya. I did say that it was at tomorrow at Friday afternoon at 2, but that's likely going to be later when we're playing Dragon's Dogma. Just to let you know, it might be like 3 or 4. Okay, bye. Okay, bye everybody. Bye.